Simon Wallace is the Chief Executive of the New Zealand Aged Care Association. Now, the association appealed against the Kristine Bartlett and Union Victory in the Employment Court all the way to the Supreme Court. In doing so, the association claimed it had been told by, and I quote, hundreds of rest homes that they would close if wages went up significantly and funding stayed the same. So what does the association say today? I asked Simon Wallace.
The Aged Care Association is delighted with the announcement of the settlement today. We've lobbied for a number of years at the association for an increase in caregiver wages for the valuable job that they do, the great job that they do in looking after our elderly residents. So we're absolutely delighted with the result today.
Right, no one has told the person who runs your website this, and I don't doubt that you were delighted, but on your website the prognosis is gloomy. You say this is not sustainable. Many homes could go out of business, resulting in job losses and a lack of aged care. You fought against it in the courts. Why the change of mind?
Well, I think 2 years has passed and we've been in a negotiation around the table with unions, with the government and with other providers, and the government took the issue away from the courts to go through a negotiated settlement, and a lot has happened over the last 2 years, and what we've got today is a settlement that we're largely happy with.
So when you say our calculations show the sector would need to find an additional $500 million annually to increase caregiver pay rates to this level, clearly this is not sustainable. And that's what the New Zealand Aged Care Association website says very explicitly. Do you no longer feel that way?
Well, I think we have to analyse the settlement when we see it and go through the details of the settlement. But we need to remember that this is a settlement that's being largely funded by the government, and that has happened through a 2-year negotiation. So we're very, very pleased about that.
Were these people, and they are overwhelmingly, disproportionately likely to be women, were they underpaid?
We've said that for the last 7, 8, 9 years. We've advocated in the association for caregivers to be paid more. There are male caregivers in our rest homes as well. So we've said that for a long time. In a previous election campaign, we talked about caregivers being paid more.
So why were you on the other side of the legal case here? Why, when Tiranova Homes and Care Limited found themselves in court, did you step in behind them?
Well, at that point we had to protect our industry against a possible judgment that could have come down, that could have set a minimum rate of pay that we as providers wouldn't have been able to meet because of the cap funding that we have in our sector. I mean, I think what you need to understand is that the composition of the Aged Care Association amongst our 600 members, it's not-for-profit, it's welfare, it's religious-run organisations, and they work within a capped funding environment of which wages are a significant part. So we needed to defend that case at that point to preempt any judgment that would come down through the courts.
Simon Wallace speaking earlier.